friends, thanks for joining me today. Well, I joined in on a collaboration or a challenge, and it was called the Round Robin Challenge, and I did it through the Facebook page of Uniquely Robins. And I'll make sure, it might be Uniquely Robins and Friends, I'll be sure to put the link to the Facebook page in the description box. And also, she actually has a YouTube channel, so I'll be sure to put her YouTube channel link in my description box as well. So anyway, I had so much fun with this challenge. So basically it went like this. We all got on a list, and so me, for example, I had to curate a package for one signature journal, any theme I wanted. So I put together a package, and they gave us some guidelines like how many pages and approximately what size, and ideas for embellishments, maybe a little bit of material, some lace, like 8 pages, because that turns into 32 by the time you fold it, all that kind of stuff. So we each had to curate a package for one signature journal and mail that out to the next person on the list. Then we received our package from the person above us on the list. And so I received mine, and I just was in love with everything she sent me. Just beautiful, beautiful stuff to work with. And so I went ahead and I put the journal together. And actually, let me just back up a second. She was so kind to send 2 of the same package, because she sent one for me to make and send forward, and then she sent me enough material to make one and keep for myself, which I just thought was so generous. I didn't think to do that in my package, and now I could kick myself. But it was just, and especially, it was just so thoughtful of her. And so anyway, I created the journal, and we're going to do a flip through today. So I love it. I love the way it turned out, and the things that she put in the package are just so fantastic and really very inspiring, and I really enjoyed working with them. So let's get to it. All right, friends, I do want to introduce you to all of the parts, because everything she sent me was so beautiful. There's a few items of my own that I added, but most of it was given to me by her. And that would include this cover. This was a file folder, and so I thought I would just use the file folder as the cover. She sent me this beautiful green fabric. I love it. I thought it was perfect for a tie. My friend Tammy at Tammy's Creative Cards and Craft sent this fabric to me, and so I thought it just went really nicely. And believe it or not, this is one of the very first tassels that I ever made, but the colors were perfect, so I thought I'd go ahead and put it on here. Now in this journal, I added a bunch of my silver coffee dyed paper. I added some of my regular coffee and gold paper, and I believe I have to look and see what other papers I added. But these 2 are the silver coffee dyed. It's silver and pink coffee dyed. This is the first journal that I ever used brads inside of, and I really enjoyed doing that. So you'll see some of those throughout the entire journal. This is a piece of eco dye that I did about a month and a half ago. I added this green ribbon, and I felt like the color of it was just so deep and rich, and it matched perfectly. And then this is an envelope. It's like vellum, and it actually comes from Canada. They must have these in their post office, because she sent that to me. On this side, in this little pocket here, she sent me this beautiful tag already made, embellished with this ball pin and some beautiful beads. Just thought it was so beautiful. And it goes into this pocket, and you can't tell, but that pocket, what that card is leaning up on, is actually a fabric swatch that she sent to me. Now this page I embellished with a dictionary page and some of my coffee dyed papers. I had stamped behind it. And then on the bottom right is like a bottle cap, and she sent me that and I just embellished it. I used a little brad in the upper left hand corner there. And then some of my, this is probably coffee and silver again, and just put that in a little pocket. It's kind of a clean page. Over here we have an envelope, and I embellished it with some dictionary page and then also some silver bling on the right on the edge of it. And that's a piece of my pink coffee dyed paper, probably pink and silver. On the upper right corner you can see another brad with a little thing hanging from it. On the opposite side, I didn't want the brad parts that like hold it in there to be plain, so I put a piece of torn paper there. And on the right side, I used a paper napkin to embellish the page, and then also there's a heart brad in the upper right corner. In the upper left is it's like a miniature ruler, so cute, so I hung that from a brad. And then there's a piece of pink coffee dye in a vellum pocket. She sent me some cardboard. It was corrugated that she had painted, so I used that to create a pocket, and I put a handmade tag in there with a music theme. And then on the right, she sent me a vellum little envelope, and so I ended up embellishing that with some of the different papers that she sent. And there's another piece of that corrugated stuff that she sent to me, and so I made a little upper pocket. And this page here, both sides are embellished with paper napkin and music paper. I tore it and decoupaged it onto the pages. And then this green is a piece of my eco-dyed paper. That's the decoupage with the music and the napkin. The tulip that you see is also decoupage napkin onto the pocket there. This page is so beautiful. She sent me the little card, so I turned that into I attached it, and so it's a pocket and a card, so it could be written in, but also this paper tucks under it. And then I have a piece of my coffee dyed pink here. I embellished it with a little bit of the pink vellum, and then created a little pocket in the upper right for, to kind of tuck that paper up into. I have some paper clips there that I embellished and altered, and I'm using those to help secure the papers. I don't know if you can see it, but I attached a little tiny key to that paper clip along with the ribbon. She sent me a clear envelope, so, well, here's another embellished paper clip, and it's got this beautiful green colored stone on it that kind of matches the ribbon. And then here's the clear envelope, and I just stuffed that with a journaling card. On the right, I got this card that was handmade by Tina. Tina loves to craft. She sent it to me, and it's a perfect fit for this journal. So I was glad that I get to use it. It's just beautiful. And the page behind it that it's going to sit on, I also used paper napkin and did some decoupage onto it. I think it turned out so pretty. Over here on the bottom left, you'll see some silver bling that I added to that pocket there. And this page on the right, I just added a brad, but wanted to leave it plain. The image is beautiful, and I thought it could be written over. That's the opposite side of the brad. I just added some ribbon there. On the right is another piece of the corrugated box, and I layered that with some gold, I don't know what we'd call it, a gold die cut is what it was, and then a picture of the man. Here's another of the gold die cuts that I layered with a nice little tiny doily. So we're getting into the part where I'm using a bunch of the gold die cuts that she sent. They're just beautiful. I had this card with a bird on it, so I just slid that in there. I also embellished the page with a paper doily. I think it has a very romantic feel to it. Sorry about the shadow. I'm not sure what's going on there. I can see that it was very shadowy there. So when we flip over, we can see that I've added another one of the cards. It's a little bit different, but it does go with it. And then of course more of the gold die cut and the doily. Going back to the center here, just to show you that I embellished the binding, the spine binding, with some gems. And actually, I think she sent me 2 of those that are on there, and I just added pearls to it. On this page we have an upper pocket and just a card that I embellished. There's a couple of layers of things. The page I actually embellished with the dictionary page and some stamping. And then in this envelope is just a little note card that can be written on and journaled on. On the right we've got more corrugated box with a layer of the gold and then this black and white photo of a lady. And that is attached to the other side of the vellum envelope that comes from the post office in Canada. And I've stuffed that with another piece of the pink coffee dyed paper. And I attached a little pocket to the bottom. I embellished this little card with a blue bow brad and then also some paper. Now on the right we have a pocket with some pink and silver, and you'll see a strip of silver down the edge of that pocket. That's just a little bling that I added. This is the last page, and this is some pink and silver coffee dyed paper. I believe on both sides that's what we've got there. And I embellished that little side pocket with a layer of vellum and then a layer of paper and then a little pearly gem. And then that's the back of the journal there. I absolutely love this journal. It's one of my favorites. It's definitely in the top 3. I just had so much fun creating it, and it has been sent off, and the recipient should have received it. I told her I would not post this video until I knew that she received it, but I'm really happy with how it turned out. I hope you guys liked it. Well, thanks for watching. See you soon.